Hello everyone, this is Dr. Neeraj Khairwal. I'm working as a head of blockchain research and development with L1X. Today, we are going to see how we can set up the L1X SDK. So, this is the Gitbook link that we are referring to for the environmental setup for L1X SDK. So, if we just run through it, we have this link for setup environment where we have the prerequisites listed along with the installation. So, as a part of the installation, we have to install Cargo L1X and L1X CLI. So, we will quickly follow the steps to set up the environment. Since I'm working on Windows operating system, I'll just open the command prompt as an administrator and then do the vessel root login. This is required, the reason being some of the commands or the functionalities of this L1X SDK needs a root or admin access. So that is the reason. So we'll just simply move on to the path where we need to work. I'll create a new directory for this. Say demo L1X projects. And now we'll try to set up the environment here. So as a part of this setup environment process, we'll move on to the prerequisites. So as a part of prerequisites, we are required to have Rust, Node.js and NVM installed on our system. So we'll quickly see if I have Rust installed on my system. So yes, Rust version 1.79 is installed on this system. Next is Node version. Node version 12.22 is installed. And finally, we need to ensure that we are using Node.js version 18. So this version is particularly required for the smooth functioning of the Cargo and CLI. So we'll install version 18. So it shows, okay, this is installed, and then we will use version 18. Okay, so this way the prerequisites are satisfied. In case you don't have, say, Rust, Node.js or NVM installed on your system, you can go to this hyperlinks and then simply follow the instructions and install the software on your machine. Next, we move on to the installation section, and the first one that we have is install Cargo L1X. So the very first step that we need to follow is to install the dependencies. So based on the OS that you are working on, will be required to install the dependencies. Since I am working on Vessel, I'll be going to Ubuntu and check which Ubuntu version I have. So this can be checked using the command lsb_release and the version -a. Okay, so this gives me the description Ubuntu 22.04.3 LTS, which means this 22.04. The dependencies listed under this category, I need to run them and install the dependencies. So this is one set of command and this one is the another set of command. So we need to run this for Ubuntu 22.04 version. So since these dependencies are already installed on my system, I'll simply move to the next step. That is, I'll come back to the install Cargo L1X command. Next comes is the package manager for Rust. So I'll simply copy this command and try to run it. Now if you notice one thing, we have Rust already installed on our system. So we'll simply say yes, so that if a latest version is installed or some updates are required, this is done. Now next comes is to install the Cargo L1X plugin. So we'll copy this command and try to run it. So now we are actually installing the Cargo L1X. So this will take a bit of time. Once this Cargo L1X is installed, what we'll try to do is we will actually create a project using the Cargo L1X, and once the project is created, then we can build the project. In the sense, we can compile the project so that we are ensured that the Cargo L1X has got installed successfully. So this cargo installation will take a bit of time. Once the Cargo L1X installation is done and we are ensured that it works properly, then we'll move on to the install L1X CLI Beta. So let us wait to get the Cargo L1X installed. Okay, so let us see. Fine, the Cargo L1X has got installed now. So next what? Okay, we'll create a project. So I'll give the project name as first project. So the contact was generated from local default template and it has been created successfully. Next we'll go to the project. So cd first project, I'm here. I can just check what has got installed or generated using the command which we used, cargo L1X create. Okay, so this is the first project that we created. So it has got source folder, ignore cargo terminal files. Okay, so I'll go to the lib.rs, that is nothing but the default contract that we have. So this default contract has got generated. So as we can notice, this is a simple smart contract for set counter, get counter and increment counter values. A target folder has also got generated default. So next what we'll do is we will go back to our Gitbook and we will run the command cargo L1X build. This is a command to actually compile the project. So it's working on it. So once this command runs, we'll be able to get the contract object file which will be at the location target L1X release and will have the contact object file name. Okay, so with some warning, this has got compiled. Okay, it will just give us the complete compilation process. So that at that stage we can go and check whether the object file has got created. Okay, so the contact object file has been built and the compilation process is complete. So I'll go back to the code, to the target folder, L1X and release. We have this contact object file that has been created. So which means that the compilation process has been successful, which means we have been able to successfully set up the environment and install cargo as well. So this process is complete. I'll simply clean the project. Okay, next we'll move on to installation of the CLI Beta. So this is a simple command. We just need to ensure that we have this Node.js and npm installed on our machine, and we will be using this command to install CLI Beta. So this is done. I'll just run this command. Okay, so once this is installed, we'll be able to use the CLI Beta commands in our terminal. So what are these CLI Beta commands? This we have this link L1X CLI methods where we can go and run the commands. So we'll be able to see different things. So we can maybe check for the version, right? So first let us get this CLI Beta installed. It will take a bit of time. Okay, so the L1X CLI Beta has got installed. Let us try to check the version. Okay, so we have this L1X CLI Beta 1.1.6 installed on our system, which means L1X CLI Beta has got successfully installed. So in short, we can say that we have set up the complete environment for L1X SDK, including Cargo L1X as well as the CLI Beta. Next, in the next video, we'll move on to how we can build our first smart contract. So we are done with the setup environment. Thank you so much.